What's up, you guys? My name is Wolf, and welcome back to LEGO Arts. So in our last episode, we did a showcase on some Batman villains from the movies, and for this episode, we are finally getting around to a project that I've been working on for a while, and that is the first showcase on LEGO Halo. Yes, this has been something that I've been working on for the past few months, and finally, I'm able to do the first project of currently 3 or 4 other projects going on at the moment. So for our first project, we have the Master Chief himself, along with holding the weapon, and the pilots, all from Halo Infinite. I've recently been playing the game, and I've really been liking it so much so I finally decided to do a Halo showcase. Okay, and this is really exciting because, it's like for a while I thought about doing Halo, but never fully pushed through with it because I've always seen custom minifigures on Halo, but wanted to do my own of it, but I wasn't sure how I would make it, especially when sculpting in the armor. But once I figured out exactly how it would proceed, I decided to go ahead and give it a shot, see how it turned out, and this turned out really amazing. I really love it. So, as you guys know the drill, we're gonna take these minifigures one at a time, do review them, explain the process, why with this route, and then go from there. So without further ado, let's get the pedestal out and get the showcase on the road. So to begin our showcase off is, of course, none other than John 117, the Master Chief. And this, I'm just going to say, is a fantastic design. The design is really well done. So the entire armor of the figure was created by Titan King, or Titan King 3D, over on Instagram. So a while back, I had gotten a 3D printer and wanted to do like some 3D printing, but was still struggling on coming up with like the base armor designs and everything, and I really wanted to do the Master Chief, but I didn't want to sculpt it out because I wanted everything to be almost exactly the same, and I didn't want to accidentally ruin anything. So I reached out to Titan King and asked them if they could make the Master Chief, and they did, and they did an amazing job of really capturing the overall design of it. It's like, again, this is just really well done. So first off, before we take a closer look at the armor, let's first look at some of the attachments. So of course the Chief's got the iconic assault rifle. I don't know the proper name for each of the guns. Like I said with the Clone Wars showcases, I don't know them. I just recognize them as the basic blasters. But anyways, he's got the iconic assault rifle, which was created by Brick Tactical, and they did an amazing job of capturing the overall design from the game and implementing it on Lego. Really well done. Well done. And I got this in gunmetal gray. They come with a couple of variants. They got this in gunmetal gray. They also have it in black, and even have a classic, blue for the gun. Really well done. I'll include a link to their website so you can check them out. And of course, we got the weapon. This was made by Nate's Minifix that I had gotten prior before the Halo armor, and tried to paint it up as accurate as possible to match up with the weapon's likeness in the game. I don't hate it too much because this is even smaller than some of the micro figures that I've made, especially from when I did Little Nightmares. This was like really hard to capture, but I wanted to like add some detailing to like give it more and to give it like more of a look, aesthetic look to it. It looks pretty good. The face could have been better, but again, it's super small. Now, onto the figure itself. Again, Titan King did an amazing job at really getting the overall design for Master Chief. The bases, and like everything from the torso to the legs, the arms, really amazing. Like you can see like the engraved detailing on each of the stuff, with the shoulder armors, the gauntlets, even in the tiniest stuff with like the feet and everything. It's so well done. It's so amazing. Over here though, you can see like a little sidearm. I just sculpted this on my own, from basing it off of the games. I had thought about asking him to add it on, but a light bulb popped in my head for another idea, and I just kept it as blank, because it works either way. It works really well. Well, again, he did an amazing job at this. And we've also got some actual hands like sculpted on, some like hand covers sculpted onto the hands. I don't know if you can fully see well, but there's actual fingers like detailed onto the hands. So really cool. Like it's one of those extra mile stuff. The rest of the armor, like, sorry, he's falling off. But looking at the back of it, you could see like the detailing continues onto the back, and on the back, really well done. And now let's talk about the helmet for a bit. So with the helmet, really well done, well done, well done. Like it is slightly different from the actual stuff in the game, but I don't care because it looks really nice and really well done. For how I painted this up, I did a base coating, of like this lime green spray paint that I got off of Amazon that was closest to Chief's color scheme, in Infinite. In Infinite, it was the closest one I could find, and it was also in metallic, so it worked out pretty well. But again, with the overall design of it, looks really nice. Really nice. I actually had to print out this head twice because I accidentally got a few misprints. This was also a good example of when doing printing, because it's one of the first prints that I made. So a lot of trial and error went into it, but I'm really glad of how the final result came out. Again, it looks really amazing. Amazing. I don't know how well you can see much of the detailing on the head because I did have to do a couple of like clear coat paints. So some of the detailing might have been scrunched up, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right because it still looks amazing. Really well done. Well done. And also with this helmet, it's not even a helmet. It's an actual head. So we go ahead and remove this. You could see, see on this, like instead of a Lego socket, it's an actual head, which is equally cool. Really cool because I really think it adds more onto the Chief's whole shtick in the game for where like we never see his face, we just see him, like constantly wearing a helmet. Though if we wanted to go for a more accurate design, we also have here this secondary head that I had gotten from Nate's Minifigs. That before like commissioning, asking for this commission order, I had purchased one of Nate's Minifigs Master Chief armors. I had planned to use it, but it didn't arrive until I think nearly 4 months later. And during that time, I didn't get any information of like when it was coming in. So I finally decided to just reach out to someone else of like, hey, can you make this for me? And again, he did an amazing job. And eventually, the armor did arrive, and and it's still cool. I'm not hating on the overall design of it. I think it looks really well done. But I really liked this armor because it was like because it reaches on more areas of minifigures, and again, and completing on with this helmet, it looks really nice. Really nice. So for accuracy wise, Nate's Minifigs definitely knocks it out of the park on being like more accurate in game, and it amazingly fits on with the rest of the suit, which I think is a nice bonus. It was pretty cool on painting this up and then doing the clear coating. But when comparing it back with this head, it said this one is slightly larger, and it fits in a little bit more detailing. Even though the detailing, especially on the back of the helmet, is slightly different. I think both of them are really well done. So detailing wise, I would give it to Titan King for making this, especially since he made it an actual head. Accuracy wise, I would give it to Nate's Minifigs because it looks more accurate with the game. Only thing that I really added on to this was my own detailing on the back, to add in the AI socket chip with this. And of course, and before we wrap it up, we have one more thing to fully make it game accurate because I just had to. Boom. The true face of the Master Chief revealed for all. And for our other figure, we have Fernando Esparza Echo 216, the pilot. So this was originally a last-minute decision that I had with him, as at first I was just going to do the Master Chief, and there were going to be more figures, but I'll talk more about that later. However, after playing more and more of the game, I decided to go ahead and include him into the showcase. Okay, so as sort of a quick custom, and I think this came out pretty well. So overall design for Fernando, and what we did is a base paint and like a denim blue coloration. Then went back and did like some of the detailing. You could see like the rolled up sleeves and the pocket like on this side, and then over here. Here, I didn't even attempt the UNSC symbol because I knew for a fact that that would have been super tedious and would have taken way too long, to even attempt. But this sort of gives like the overall idea of what it's supposed to be. I also glued on like some fabric pieces to represent like some of the pockets and also the straps to connect from the leg all the way to the vest, which I think came out pretty well. And then the biggest things that I really had to add in were the vest. The vest was pretty much the hardest thing to do. Because when I was googling overall designs for the pilots, I noticed that his vest in particular, there aren't any other like custom vests that are in this design. Like I've seen plenty of other Lego custom vests, especially in Halo, Halo that look and that look like some of the later and some of like the earlier versions of it, especially with the Marines. But I haven't seen one that's closely accurate to Fernando's overall design. So what I did was I went on Firestar Toys, purchased a blank army vest, removed like some of the detailing that I was on there, and then just sculpted out the front and the back on the overall design of it. The back there wasn't really too much sculpting to do. I mostly just had to do like the top part of it as I sculpted on like these straps that added on more to the vest, and then like after sculpting on some of the layers, I went back with a clay tool and just carved out some of the detailing on the vest, including on some of the pockets and zippers, which I think came out pretty well. It's not some of the worst stuff that I've done in the past. It's not the greatest, but it definitely does give off the overall idea of what it's supposed to be. And then the head is just a regular minifigure head that I purchased from Firestar Toys as well. Same thing with the hairpiece because I felt this was closest to Fernando's overall design. And yeah, not really a whole lot more to talk about it. Like the back again, I didn't really do much sculpting on the back. At first I thought about it, but decided to just do like some detailing instead. And then with these fabric pieces, I added on some molding clay as ones to be like the little clip-ons that would go onto the back of the figure, and also, mostly just to give it more of an aesthetic feel and to make sure that it would actually stay in place. Because there has been moments in the past where I would glue these on, but then they wouldn't stay in place. Luckily, though, with the clay, it makes sure that it does remain in place. And then with the boots, I just mixed together like my own brown dark gray coloration because I didn't have an overall clear idea as to what coloration the boots were. They were covered. All the pictures I found showed it too much covered in dirt, so it made it very hard. But I think this is as close as it can get and gets. And yeah, not really a whole lot more to talk about with this one. Like in comparison with Chief, it's much more simple. It was pretty much more simple and base going forward with this. The only real challenge really was the vest. But even then, it was still a fun custom to like put together. And I'm glad I did. I did the pilot. Cause I still haven't completed Halo Infinite. I just got started with it. But I have seen the rest of the story, so I do know how it ends. Not to spoil and not to give any spoilers if you haven't seen it, but I do love the pilot's progression overall in the story, and can't wait to talk more about that in the future. And that's gonna do it for this episode of LEGO Arts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, this was a super fun project to do, and this really could not have been possible without the help of Titan King and King. So a big thank you to them again for creating the Master Chief Armor. Again, they did a fantastic job at this. If you want to check out some of their other works, as well as the stuff done by Brick Tactical and Nate's Minifigs, I'll include links to all of their stuff in the description below so you can check them out. Go give them a like and show them supports because they do amazing work. Now, originally, this particular Halo project was going to be much bigger, as I had plans to include a blue team in the style of Halo Infinite. But I'm still waiting to receive some helmets from Nate's Minifigs. I couldn't get started on Kelly at least, but I'm still waiting on stuff for Fred and Linda. So hopefully those will be coming in soon, and also for some other projects in the future. I also plan to work on my own version of Noble 6 from Halo Reach. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the rest of Noble Team yet. That's still under works. And I'm also planning on doing the Arbiter from Halo 2. I've already reached out to Titan King on working on the Arbiter, so that might be coming in the next few months. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But until then, so Halo might be put on hold until then. But I still have plenty of ideas for some future projects that I can't wait to get to. As I've said before in the previous episode, now that we have an official release date for God of War Ragnarok, I definitely plan to get back to working on God of War Ragnarok Lego Showcase. Okay, so still gonna wait overall for more character descriptions, but I might at the very least get started on maybe Faye, and Tyr, and potentially Thor. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. But for now, that's probably gonna wait. But overall, I think that will be it. So if you guys want to check and want to check out some of the other projects that I've done, and then you can check them out on my LEGO Arts playlist. You can also, if you also want to follow through my Halo Infinite playthrough, consider subscribing to the channel, because the more people that get drawn to the channel, the more we can grow, and the more we'll be able to pull off like some more projects for future Let's Plays, as well as future showcases, and with your guys' help, we can continue expanding and growing more and more on the channel. But I think that is going to conclude it. So, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye-bye!